life gets just a little bit better in only 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew.
I'm not modeling anymore for the two of you.
Loveline.
Yep, it is Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Tonight, our guest will be the Bloodhound Gang. Jimmy Pop and Lupus Thunder are both going to come in here from the Bloodhound Gang. And they should be in here momentarily. I think they're at a gig or working on something or doing something. I was told they're going to be a couple minutes late, but it will just be a couple of minutes, God willing. So until then, we'll hop on the phones. David?
Yeah?
You're 16?
Uh-huh.
What's up?
Well, I have a best friend.
Yeah.
And we've been best friends, like, for a couple years now. And he has a girlfriend, and we've been giving each other blowjobs, like, for 6 months.
You and the best friend?
Yeah, and he has a girlfriend, and he's been with her, like, for 2 years already.
Are you gay?
I'm bisexual.
And evidently he is too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Wow. This guy really is, at least his friend is really living that bisexual lifestyle.
Yeah.
And how old is he?
He's 17.
Oh, man. His penis is getting a lot of attention for a 17-year-old. And he's having sex with his girlfriend, I guess, right?
I guess so. I don't know.
Well, now, if he's your best friend and you're giving him oral sex and you're bi or probably gay, sort of seems like you might like him.
Well, I don't know.
What do you think?
Wouldn't you think so?
What do you think?
I don't know.
I mean, for me to blow a guy, I'd really have to like him. I mean, it'd be more than just a sort of a passing affection or mutual respect. I'd really have to dig that guy a lot.
Do you?
Well, I don't know. I'll give anybody a blowjob.
Oh, really?
You give
Yeah.
What city are you living in?
I'm a Monty.
El Monte.
El Monte.
Yeah.
35 minutes. Adam?
I'll
hold the show up.
I got to do the show, but I think I can get my penis out there. My penis now has its learner's permit. It can drive if there's someone with a valid California driver's license over the age of 18 with it. So maybe I can send Doris out there with my penis, although I don't really trust her. She'd probably take it to a Circle K and trade it for a bag of chips or something.
Slim Jim.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be one of those big bags either. All right. You know how it is. Falls on the floor, rolls around, then gets thrown out when the guy vacuums out the car at the car wash.
Well, David, you're in kind of a messy situation. You clearly you just sound like a confused guy. You don't know if you like the guy. You don't know what. You don't know this. You don't know that. What should I do? You're engaged in a relationship with a guy that you probably like. Your question was, should you tell the girlfriend, which is a way to sort of end that relationship so you have the guy to yourself. Total chaos. Who knows what the other guy's all about. You need to kind of slow down and maybe find some more monogamous relationships. Don't get involved between him and his girlfriend. That's already a mess.
I predict he's going to find a way to get the news to the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Were you planning on that, David?
Well, he said that he still wanted to be with his girlfriend and be with me at the same time.
I know, but you don't like that plan, and I'm wondering if you're going to try to sort of
tell the girlfriend
so she breaks up with him.
No, not really, because I'm like best friends with the girlfriend too. So.
Well, then why are you asking the question?
Well, I don't know. I just want to know, I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
All right.
You don't know. You're confused, and we get that.
Yeah.
Is he giving you oral sex too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. All right, hey, David.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 16. You're a little chaotic. Why, just slow down.
Okay, then.
This guy's got a girlfriend. He's your best friend. It just sounds like trouble. But on the other hand, Drew, you think you could stop a 16 and 17-year-old male who were best buddies, who were spending time together, who were both bi or gay and bi or whatever, from giving each other a Hummer after it's already been established?
Two 17-year-old males. Just think about the force of nature.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, forget it.
Forget it.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that would ever stop a male is a female.
Yeah, the only reason 17-year-old males go to school.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think this is ever going to stop. He's going to tell the girlfriend. He'll figure out a way to
Is
do
that the
it.
girls say no? So you guys have some energy to do something else.
Robin,
Yeah, hi.
what's up? You're 20.
Excuse me for being nervous, but I was wondering if you can get hepatitis C from sharing a cigarette with somebody that is infected with hepatitis C?
The simple answer is no.
No?
No.
What about A or B?
It's the
Okay, yeah, 'cause I've called a couple clinics here in my hometown, and they're like, well, yeah, you can, and
Well, you can get B that way, and you can get A that way possibly. But
Yeah, but not C?
Well, C is the same as HIV. And how many cases of HIV have been caused by sharing a cigarette? 0.
Yes, but we all have a chance of doing it that way every day.
Yeah, right. And there's a even debate about whether hepatitis C can be transmitted sexually. I happen to believe it can be.
All right, but A and B you can do with a cigarette, with saliva.
A certainly, and B maybe.
But it's not as easy as doing it like a cold with a cigarette, is it?
No.
Is it?
A.
A is?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Fonzie. Robert?
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
Robert?
Yeah.
Go. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still saying yeah.
Do I have to give the speech every night, you idiots, about being on the radio? Yeah. Yeah. It's like, you're on the radio, you idiots. What do you think? I think it's like, are we on a long bus ride or something, and it's dark, and one of us is falling asleep, and the other one's trying to have a conversation, or are we on the goddamn radio? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
No.
Michelle?
Yeah.
You're 19. What's up?
Okay, like about 9 months ago, I started taking birth control pills, and then when I got married, me and my husband decided that we wanted to try to have a baby.
Sure.
So,
You're
like
not
in
getting any
September-
younger.
And what?
Yeah.
Like in September, I stopped taking birth control pills,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't had a period since like the end of October
Okay.
of last year, and
Of 99, right?
and so I like took in like about 3 or 4 different home pregnancy tests.
She's
and they've
took
all
them,
come
Anna.
up negative. And I also went into the baby clinic, and they gave me a urine test, and they said it came up negative, but I haven't had a period or anything since then.
Well, how about seeing the gynecologist?
I haven't yet.
Okay, that's where you need to go. You need to reestablish your normal cycling,
I could get it started
which
for
is
you.
not a big deal.
But
Okay?
I want to try to get pregnant, though. I don't want to be on birth control.
That's fine, but you need to have your thyroid checked, have other things checked to see if there's anything contributing, see if you have cystic ovaries.
Wait, you got to get your cycling going to get pregnant, though, don't you?
That's right. So they'll do that for
Hey, Michelle.
Uh-huh.
Why are you so anxious to get pregnant at 19?
Because I wanted to be.
Oh, hold on, let me write that down. Because you said, because you want to be.
Yeah.
All right, glad. All right, another good answer. And what's your husband do?
He's a security guard.
Ooh, very lucrative. I mean, we got to be talking into the high single figures an hour, right? Talking, what, $8, $9 an hour?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I hope you guys have triplets with that kind of income. Why don't you guys, wait a couple of years, let him get a nice promotion or something? No, you know what I'm saying?
It's not that we can't afford to have a baby.
Yeah, you kind of can't afford to have a baby. I mean, you're pretty, times are pretty tight as it is. You don't have a lot of extra income, do you?
Yeah, we do.
You do?
We're always going out places. He's taking me, like, everywhere you can think of.
All right, but listen, someone who says "tooken" shouldn't be having kids. You're bad grammar influence on the youngins. Yeah, he takes you out to the Red Lobster twice a month. That doesn't mean he has a ton of income to burn.
You don't really understand how much a child costs.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
Just give it a little. You know what? Here's what I'm saying to you, Michelle. When you're 22, 23, you'll look back at yourself at 19 and go, "Man, I was a kid.
I almost got tooken."
I almost got tooken there for a minute."
No, I'm not a kid. I grew up real quick, too quick.
Oh, that's what we're worried about. That's
No,
right.
My mom has Huntington's disease, and I had to raise myself and my little brother.
Right.
Both you been checked for it?
No, not yet. It costs too much to go get checked.
Michelle, another thing you need.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
It costs too much. You're made of money.
Another thing you need, Michelle, is genetic counseling here, right?
Huh?
You need to get some genetic counseling. You need to go to. Do you live near a university?
That's a big place where people in their early 20s go to learn?
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Do you live near University Hospital? Okay, go to a teaching hospital. And you need to get tested to see why you're not cycling normally. You need to get your cycling going. And although maybe I should leave.
No.
And then you need to get tested.
Hold on a second. Let me revise Drew's advice. Stay the course. No. Hey, listen, Michelle.
You need to be tested for Huntington's.
Listen, you don't have enough money to get tested for a disease you may possibly have. How do you have enough money to raise a kid?
'Cause we do.
Okay, let me write that one down. 'Cause, what was that? 'Cause we do? Hey, Michelle, all right, this is the last words I'm going to say to you. You got robbed of a childhood. You ain't going to get that childhood back by having a child when you're not prepared to have a child. All right? I said my piece. I'm 100% right.
Go to the hospital.
But go get yourself knocked up and behind the 8 ball. And then have another kid, all right? Have fun. Right behind the 8 ball. Kid's crying all night. Your husband could get laid off any second. He's making $8 an hour. Come on.
And she may carry the gene for Huntington's.
And you may pass on a disease to your child. So just slow down a little, would you, sister? All right. Well, no. Don't worry. You got a mission. See, part of being stupid is having a mission.
Well, not listening, not taking direction from anybody.
That's right. That's right. And you know the real hallmark of being stupid? Not knowing you're stupid. You show me a guy who admits he's stupid, I immediately upgrade him from stupid to average. It's being real pig-headed, giving answers like, because I want to.
Because he took me out everywhere.
Being taken out everywhere, right. Having plenty of money to raise a kid and then saying, I haven't been tested for Huntington's because I don't have the money.
Huntington's disease, by the way, is awful.
It obviously killed her mom, so it can't be that great.
Young adult progressive degenerative neurologic disease. It is awful.
Well, your mom was killed of it. Shouldn't you be tested for it?
Yeah.
And you want to have kids? Oh, wait till I get in power, Drew. She'd be the first one to get the dart. Dustin?
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yeah.
What's up?
First, I want to say, Adam, you're a god, and Drew, you're brilliant, and I admit I'm stupid.
All right.
Ooh, average guy.
You're up to average. You want to keep going? I'll get you in a Mensa. You keep going, but that's kind of self-deprecation.
Yeah.
Next, I want to hear that you're lame.
All right. About 3 days ago, my 14-year-old sister told me she was raped, and she won't tell me who because she knows that if she tells me, I'll kill him.
Did she tell you what happened?
Not really.
Was it like a date rape?
Pretty, sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a feeling. I mean, she hangs out with a lot of my friends, and I told her not to. That's bad, And I have a feeling it was one of my friends, and so she knows what I do. I'm not as much worried as what I would do, but finding help for her.
All right. Okay.
And I'm kind of curious on how to do that.
When did this happen?
She said last week.
Oh, boy. Typically, what you want to do is collect information, collect evidence. So she would go to an emergency room or a doctor or someplace that they can do a forensic examination.
Well, Dustin, do you get the feeling that this was a situation where it was like a boyfriend of hers or a guy she knew, got drunk at a party kind of thing, or was this a, violent rape?
I think it might be a little bit of both.
Guy had a knife or something?
No. More like overpowered.
Well, what did she say, and like what kind of condition was she in when she told you? Was she crying?
Yeah, she was really upset. She doesn't drink or anything, so I don't think. Okay.
And you didn't? Did you get the feeling this was some guy she knew?
Yeah.
Right.
And she doesn't seem to want to press charges.
No, because we live in a really small community.
But that's the other part, is telling the police.
Yeah.
And then beyond that is getting her some sort of counseling for the
Well,
trauma.
if she's not going to tell Dustin who did it because she fears his revenge, why don't don't pursue that with her, especially now she's not ready to talk about it. Why don't you just pursue the counseling?
Okay.
She needs to get some counseling, and not only for this, but so it doesn't happen again.
Women's groups, rape counseling, individual therapy, these things need to be explored with her. A women's group, in my experience, is extremely helpful with this kind of an experience.
Mm-hmm. All right. Brian?
Yeah?
You're 14.
Yep.
What's up?
All right. Well,
Well, my girlfriend was giving me a blowjob the other night. And
Who was?
What?
A parent, did you say?
My girlfriend.
Your girlfriend's parents?
No.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't come, and she got like mad at me.
14, for Christ's sake. 14.
Yeah. But and the
I couldn't get my penis into a corpse's mouth at 14. You understand? If I found a head in a dumpster, I wouldn't be able to do anything to it. Lord knows I tried.
Well, her brother was giving me a ride home, and I was totally limp, and I just started coming all over myself.
Gay. Yeah.
And like why would that happen?
Your penis was limp? And
Yeah, like I was like totally not erect, and I just started like coming all over myself.
But
And, like,
it came out. You didn't have an orgasm sensation,
No.
did you?
No.
No.
I just like it was like really embarrassing. I didn't tell anybody, but like I checked my pants and I came home. It was like nasty.
Yeah, so she gave you oral sex for a little while, though, right?
Well, yeah, and she got all pissed off at me because I wouldn't come or anything, and I had like no orgasm.
How old is she?
14.
14. Pissed off he's not having an orgasm. She ain't Jewish, I'll tell you that.
Huh?
She's not Jewish, is she?
Well, I'm Jewish. I don't know if she is.
Son of a bitch. 14. There's a bar mitzvah. Did you have a bar mitzvah?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. Hey, what was the theme of your bar mitzvah?
Huh?
What was your bar mitzvah theme?
What do you mean?
Don't they have it? You know what a theme is?
No.
A style, like a
Well, like we had to like light those candles and stuff.
So you had a candle theme.
But we didn't have a rabbi there. It was kind of like a non. Because we're Jewish, but we're not that.
Just a reason to get presents.
You just want to get a few bucks for college.
Exactly.
That was smart. Listen, I'm going to do that with my kid. It's going to be like, yeah, come down and help celebrate my son's bar mitzvah, and bring some money orders and checks and things like that for his college. And then meanwhile, you show up, and the kid's just sort of standing around in a pair of jeans. There's you got a 6 foot sub. There's no rabbi. Just drop the money off, and then spin a few records and pack it up. The kid goes to college. All right, there's nothing wrong with him. This is 14-year-old stuff. You know, all bets are off with the penis at 14.
Yeah.
You got the oral sex.
Overstimulated. You've sprung a leak, basically.
You know what was
His
funny?
seminal vesicles finally couldn't handle it anymore. What?
Jewish guys don't get sex as early as Goyim. They really don't. They just don't. I don't know who devised that. It just doesn't seem to work that way. Now, it was funny because when he said he was Jewish, I was like, whoa, Jewish guy getting
14.
a BJ at 14. And then he said, we're not really that into it. And I started to think, yeah, all right, now that makes more sense. If you're more into it, he wouldn't have gotten it. If the rabbi was at the bar mitzvah, he wouldn't have got the BJ. That's what I'm saying. All right. Or maybe he's one of those commando Jews I speak of.
Oh,
once
yeah,
in a
that's
while.
right. We talked to one of those guys. Remember that?
Yes, I've separated Jews into two categories, Jewish males. Super wussy Jew, super commando Jew. No in between. The nebbish guy with the glasses who's carrying the briefcase and the nappy hair parted over to one side, or the guy with the constant 3 days worth of growth and the knife with the thumb hole in it that's serrated on one side.
Wearing fatigues, army fatigues.
Wearing fatigues.
And boots.
And learning that style of combat fighting where you go for the pressure points and kill people. You gouge the eyes and that kind of stuff. Those are the two Jews. Billy?
Hello?
You're 20. What's up?
Hi, I'm wondering if it's normal to have a stinging sensation when you take a pee after sex. Because I notice it happens, like, all the time.
Of course, everybody experiences that, right, Adam?
Yep. All of God's creatures. It's God's punishment for having sex.
Billy, that's a sign of a sexually transmitted disease.
But
that's it, Billy. That's urethritis.
I've heard other people mention of it too, like females too.
This is what we were talking about, right?
All right.
You can argue with me about
Well,
that.
Billy, you're right. You're absolutely right. The doctor's wrong. Ouch. You smoke a kilo of weed a week and you're still living at home, and you're right, buddy. You're a genius. You are so right. You have a 9th grade education. You scrape your bong with a extended wire coat hanger, and you watch A-Team reruns. But you're right. You're absolutely right. As a matter of fact, let me just revise it. Stinging in the penis is not natural for everybody except you. For you, it's natural.
Me.
Well, what about? I mean, doesn't it happen to like you too?
Nope. But I'm not you, and this is only right for you.
Come on,
Billy.
How much weed do you smoke, Billy?
I smoke a little weed.
A little
please.
weed.
A little in the morning, a little at night, a little in the afternoon.
What about brunch?
Once a day if I'm lucky or something.
Once a day.
Pack a little bowl or something, but I mean, I don't mean like fiery, crazy, stinging sensation where I just can't take it.
Well, Billy, it's urethritis, and that is a sign of a sexually transmitted disease. It may not be. Maybe it's just an inflammatory urethritis or some other sort of infection, but it must be checked out. In the meantime, you're passing this around to people. It could be chlamydia, gonorrhea, it could be anything.
And what would be the signs? I mean,
The signs are, Billy, the signs are stinging when you pee. That's the sign of a sexually transmitted
Drew's
disease.
pissed. Or at least the one you have. Hey, Billy?
Yeah.
Easy on the weed, brother. You don't know it, but it affects you. You can hear it.
All I need are some tasty waves, cool buzz, and I'm fine.
Oh, man. Do I have to give my speech about dumb guys sliding into the retard zone because of smoking a lot of weed? If you're smart, you smoke all the weed you want. If you're dumb, stay away. I mean, here's the way. Okay, here's what I want to say. Some people have a weight problem. It's a genetic thing. Hey, look at their parents. We all know those people. They're just a little heavy set. They're big around the, they have wide hips. They got jowls under their chin, a double chin. They're bigger people. And then there's guys we know they're skinnies or they'll eat whatever they want. They live off of White Castle burgers. They never do an ounce of exercise, and they never get fat. Those guys can eat all they want. But you people that have a little sort of a genetic predisposition to having a weight problem, you got to count your calories. You got to exercise. You got to be careful. This is the analogy that I want to use with the stupid people and the drugs. Some people are geniuses, and like I said, Timothy Leary, some Harvard doctor's got 180 IQ. Hey, he can experiment. Even him it's going to catch up to eventually, but I don't care if he experiments. I don't care if the late Carl Sagan wanted to smoke a little weed once in a while. But you guys that have the problem, that would be like the fat guys, you got to watch your diet. And that's equivalent to not smoking a lot of weed and doing a lot of speed and heroin and all those good hallucinogens, because you're already there. You know what I'm saying? No one ever talks about this, really. Ever hear people talking about this?
No.
And I know it's not popular, but it really, I know guys that are smart guys who smoke a little weed, and it doesn't make a difference in their life. They're already smart.
The problem is it's not known measurably to affect cognition. It affects motivation.
Yeah, but it does affect your cognition after a while.
Probably does, yeah. But
I mean, because, listen, you talk to guys who've been smoking weed for a while, they are slowed, they're dumbed down.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like fighters.
Yeah.
You talk to a guy who's been in the ring for a long time. He may be an intelligent guy, but he's been slowed down a little sort of by his profession, by his injuries.
Yeah.
And you smoke pot for 10 years, you're slowed down a little.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid guys can't smoke pot. You guys got to drink. All right. We're going to bring the Bloodhound Gang in here, and we'll take ourselves a little break, and they'll be in here after this.
Loveline. We'll be right back.
To make this commercial more believable, I'm joined today by several real, I stress real, Geico Auto Insurance customers. Warren Foster, Karen Ellis, and Robin Kaspar. I wish we had time to talk, but this is a 30-second radio commercial. So, people, if you saved money with Geico, just nod your heads. And they're nodding. You could join the millions who nod, too. In 15 minutes, you could save 15% or more. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. 1-800-947-AUTO. Geico Direct, the sensible alternative.
Oh, come on, have a drink.
No, thanks.
Just one little drink.
I don't want to.
Chicken, everyone else is.
I said no.
What a nerd. One little drink won't kill you.
You've heard it all before. Be cool. Join the crowd. Have a drink, even though you're not 21.
Let's go. She's no fun.
Make the right choice. Don't give in. Underage drinking is dumb and dangerous.
Look out!
A public service message from the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
This is gonna sound corny, but I just wanted to tell the world about my girlfriend Lisa. I love sitting there, listening to her talk on the phone with her girlfriends. I mean, she can go on for hours to anybody, about anything. And it's not just about everyday things, it's about deeper stuff too, like hair and hair products. And little by little, the phone becomes like a permanent part of her head. I get goosebumps just thinking about that. And then there's the way she sort of unhinges her jaws. She scarfs down a quart of double fudge chunk ice cream. She's a keeper. You know, I used to waste my time going inline skating and playing basketball with my buddies. What was I thinking?
Girls, rest assured, you will never in your life meet a guy like this.
I have this fantasy. There we are, 50 years from now. She's in a moo-moo, doing her nails, watching soap operas all day. Ooh.
Get some exercise. Get up. Get out. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council and the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports.
Somewhere in our community is a mother whose drug abuse once left her unable to care for her kids. There's a father, too, whose alcohol use drove his wife and children away. There's a boyfriend whose drug use frightened his girlfriend into giving him an ultimatum: get help or I'm gone. Help is available. It's in the form of treatment programs for drug abuse and alcohol problems, and the good news is that these programs are making a big difference in people's lives. With proper treatment, mothers and fathers, sweethearts and coworkers, friends and neighbors are overcoming drug and alcohol problems and reclaiming their lives. Isn't it great that treatment works? To find out about drug and alcohol treatment programs that can help, call 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-HELP. There is help, and it works. A public service of this station and the Center for Substance Abuse Treatment.
Dad, I don't think our campfire's totally out.
Are you kidding me? I know when a campfire's out.
Did you drown the fire with water and stir it with a stick?
No, it's out. We don't have to. Who said that?
Frank, it's a talking moose with sunglasses.
And a bunch of singing and dancing forest animals.
We know we can count on you to do what Smokey says.
And when your folks desire to build a fire,
Hot, hot.
clear brush and branches away, and keep water nearby like you oughta.
Okay, I poured water on the fire. I stirred it with a stick. Everybody walked slowly toward the RV.
Dad, these are just Smokey's friends.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Frank, it's Smokey.
Nice hat, Smokey. Want the rest of my peanut butter sandwich?
Dad!
Visit Smokey at www.smokeybear.com. Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, the National Association of State Foresters, and the Ad Council.
It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LVE-191. Lupus Thunder and Jimmy Pop are both here from the Bloodhound Gang. Hooray for Boobies is the name of the CD. It's just out here in the United States, that is, because we're just talking about the band coming back from Germany. What was it, the end of February. And I got a bunch of tour dates and stuff. I'll
Ton of stuff here, wow.
Tell you about, but let's talk to the band.
How are you?
What's up, guys?
Good. Thanks for bearing the gifts. They brought gummy condoms from Germany.
Specifically flirtin' and noshin'? Surprise. Überraschend.
Yeah, it's funny. You don't
Used
think
to be a German skating team. Flirting and noshing.
You don't think the Germans would have I don't think of them as a culture with much of a sense of humor.
Right.
And do they? I've never been to Germany.
No, yeah, they I mean, we do really well there, so they have no sense of humor.
Well, no, I mean it's interesting how certain cultures, like the Japanese culture's this way. I've never been there, but I can go ahead and make a good guess, which is they're very uptight and very restrictive about a lot of things, and then they're eating sushi off some virgin, and they got some ground up bear pancreas,
Right.
you know. And so it's like they go this way, and then they snap, and freak and go the other way.
Yeah, those are actually pretty strange shows because they all clap right when the song's done, and then they just stop. all together. They have like a 3-second clap limit, and then they stop, and it's dead silent.
You know what was the weirdest thing in the world? Speaking of Japanese culture, and then we'll get back to Bloodhound Gang. I was watching just a few months ago. I was watching a tape of the Buster Douglas Tyson fight, where Buster Douglas beats Tyson. And the thing that's almost weird and eerie about watching that tape is I think it was in Japan, and even though Tyson was like a 30-1 favorite, Douglas obviously beats him, I think, in the 9th or 10th round, but it's silence the whole time.
Yeah.
Just silence to the point where you don't think anyone's there or that the audio dropped out of the thing. Now picture that in the United
Las
States
Vegas.
with Tyson being a 30-1 favorite, have some tomato can that no one's ever heard of, putting a guy who's considered unstoppable on the canvas. I mean, the place would be going great. Black guys be hitting each other with cell phones.
Right. No, exactly.
Riots in the stands.
Yeah, it'd just be riots. Some rapper would get killed out front. I mean, it'd be gunshots going off. I mean, you didn't hear anything. It was weird, and it was distracting to watch because it was like, oh, Buster Douglas has hurt him. He's wobbled. He hits him with a jab. He's going down, and it's like, shh.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah. And they're crazy about wrestling over there, too. Like, they do the full-on barbed wire, like, broken glass wrestling.
Wow.
And I can't imagine what a match there is like. Just everybody. Oh, that was very good.
And we haven't seen you guys in 2 years? 3
No,
years?
longer.
3 years. That's insane.
That's right. I think we saw you on the TV, right?
Yeah, and here,
And
and then you both became big stars.
That's right.
We actually tried to use you on our record. We tried to ride your coattails, and on our hidden track we had a little Loveline spot, but I guess the Big Brother wouldn't let us use it.
No
yeah,
way.
But, yeah, it was cool though.
Who's Big Brother?
CBS.
I don't know. Yeah,
MTV.
CBS.
MTV?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. You know, it's so funny. I sit in my office all day and bitch about why people won't let us use their stuff. And then I find out that someone else has done it on my behalf, and I'm outraged.
Right.
I can't believe that.
And
Well,
you
you
were
actually
the star of the clip, too.
Oh.
It was all you.
It wasn't us, and you. I think someone called here, and you gave permission, but as it went up, trickled up.
You know the thing that drives me insane about this, because I literally just got out. I got out of an office yesterday where I had a big argument with our producers and our legal team about why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? You can't use anyone's product or name or show it, even if it's not in a bad way. You know what I mean? That's the interesting thing about it. I was yelling at everyone, so they sue us for what? What did we say? I mean, you can't just hold it up. You can't use it as an example. And to me, it's like, if you got a company and you've got a product and someone says, hey, we want to show it in our show, we're not saying it's not in a pejorative way. There's nothing bad. We're not going to say anything horrible about it. We just want to show the product. Show it, fine. We spent a lot of sponsor race cars to put it on the side of the thing.
You heard Hugh Hefner the other night.
I know.
Hugh Hefner was in here.
Fart. I
He
know. I was
there
trying
the-
to get half the. Anyway, it's a long story. All right, Bloodhound Gang. Come on, let's talk about the Bloodhound Gang. I think we should hear something off the CD because I think we've been sampling or
Translation: Adam has to pee.
No, that is not true. But what is the what do they call that thing when we come back
Intro.
from the commercial? Intro?
Outro.
Outro?
Yeah.
What riff have we been hearing? I didn't
Bumper?
even know.
Bumper.
Yeah, it's this one, Bad Touch.
Oh, it is? Oh, good. I love this song. All right, so let's hear this. All right, you queued up there, Anderson? This is off of Hooray for Boobies. This is the Bloodhound Gang, and this is the Bad Touch.
Sweat, baby, sex is a Texas drought. Me and you do the kind of stuff that only Prince would sing about. So put your hands down my and I'll bet you'll feel. Yes, I'm Cisco, yes, I'm Ebert, and you're getting 2 thumbs up. You've had enough of 2-hand touch. You want it rough, you're out of bounds. I want you smothered, want you covered like my Waffle House hash browns. Coming quicker than FedEx, never reaching apex. Just like Coca-Cola stock, you are inclined to make me rise an hour early, just like daylight savings time. Do it now. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Do it again now. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they South Seas, but I got this notion that the motion of your ocean meets small craft advisory. So if I capsize on your thighs, high tide B5, you sunk my battleship. Please turn me on. I'm Mr. Coffee with an automatic drip. So show me yours, I'll show you mine. Tool time, you'll love it just like Lau, and then we'll do it so we can both watch X-Files. Do it now. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Do it again now. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Getting horny now. But mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Do it again now. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Do it now. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Do it again now. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Getting horny now.
That would be the Bad Touch off of Hooray for Boobies. The Bloodhound Gang is our guest tonight. It's been way too long. We like these guys. We haven't seen them in a while, and we're glad they're back. I'm going to give you some places you can find the Bloodhound Gang. They have a tour coming up with Nerf Herder, some other guys who we haven't seen in a little while.
3 years?
Yeah, it's been 2.5, 3 years, yeah. They'll be in Tampa, Florida on the 15th of April. The 18th they'll be in Georgia, Atlanta. The 21st they'll be in Boston. 22nd, New York. 29th, Washington, D.C. Cincinnati on May 6th. On the 13th, Minneapolis. Denver on the 16th. 22nd, they'll be in Phoenix. And then back in Los Angeles on the 23rd at the Palace, which is a good place to see a show.
23rd.
That is of May, yes.
May.
Why?
Because I'm looking at a bunch of April dates, too, that are in the 20s.
Well, do you have them to make my list? They're going to be more places than this, but these are the places where we're heard, okay. So why tell people who can't hear us that they're coming? And would they know it?
Good thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So, again, they're coming to a town near you, if not your own, so look out for the Bloodhound Gang. Eric?
Yeah.
You're 28. What's up?
Oh, well, this is kind of embarrassing, you know. I don't know if it's more of a glandular problem, a hormone problem or whatnot, but I kind of like have these breast problems.
Nice rack.
How are you overweight?
Well, you know, I hate to consider myself that way, but you know, it seems that way. I mean, I weigh about 230 or so.
How tall are you?
About 5'8", but I work out a lot also too.
You work out a lot.
You don't take steroids or anything like that, do you?
Well, see, now that's the problem. Back in maybe early 90s or so, I've done a cycle of them, but I mean, I've stopped.
Did your breasts grow then?
I couldn't really tell because they were there anyway, you know?
I mean, you always had the thing, the gynecomastia, is that what it's called, Drew?
Gynecomastia, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you always had that?
Well, it seems that way, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you smoke a lot of pot?
Do what?
Smoke a lot of pot?
No, I don't smoke at all.
What's your cup size?
Oh, come on now.
Well, I want to know if you put out on the first day.
Do you take any medication?
Well, no.
None?
No.
Not even over-the-counter stuff like Tagamet?
No. No. See, what I was thinking about, I don't know if, you know, if I went on like a weight reduction program or maybe if I was to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the deal, Eric. You said you're 5'8", 5'8"?
Yeah.
230?
Yeah.
And you're probably a big bone guy with a pretty good build on it, but you could still definitely get yourself down to 200 pounds. I mean, at 5'8".
Yeah.
No problem. I mean, 5'8", 200, still a pretty stocky dude.
Yeah.
And I
but
bet...
I don't want to be 5'8", pretty stocky with,
with breasts.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, but here's the deal, Eric. I bet you if you got down to 200, you'd lose those breasts.
And if not, if it's really truly glandular tissue that has grown, then that needs to be evaluated. And there are plastic procedures that can be done to reduce that in males.
But definitely lose that weight. I mean, how many thin guys with breasts do you see?
Yeah, Lupus and I have man boobs, and we're not upset about it.
Yeah, I'm 5'11", a little over 200 pounds, and I have man boobs, but
what
if
are
this
man
guy's
boobs?
5'8",
Man boobs are girl boobs on men.
Yeah. Like if you look,
these guys smoke pot.
Let me pull my shirt down. Can you see
You got a little, you got a little something going
Yeah.
there, but that's all right. You guys are in a band.
Yeah, that's right.
Those are called buds.
So what's the thing with smoking pot? Does that make your breast grow? Really?
Oh,
It's a good thing I don't smoke. I'd be out to here.
Really?
I
You
look
don't
really
smoke?
good.
Wow. Yeah. Where'd you get the breasts then?
Eating.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you
really?
hear we
Too-
just
too
ordered? There's two of us. We just ordered 6 big fat chicken tacos.
Oh, okay,
So-
good. Yeah, I got in on that one too. Sam?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta take a break.
My name. Hello.
Yeah, hold on, Sam. Yeah, that's a breast for a guy's a rough deal. I mean, you guys are kidding. I mean, listen, you could do. It's not that you couldn't do a few push-ups, but I mean that ain't what this guy was talking about. This guy was talking about breasts, and
But if he took steroids and he
that could have done it.
But he was saying that he had them before that, right?
Yep.
So when he did the steroids, he didn't bulk up there. He was still flabby.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Well, listen, 230 and 5'8", you could shed a few pounds. Absolutely. All right, we're gonna take a little break. What was Sam's problem?
Sam was raped by the mailman.
Oh,
He
really?
was 13.
Wow. Hold on. Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got raped by the mailman?
My name is not Sam. It's Van. They didn't say it right.
Sven?
V-A-N.
Van.
Wait a minute. How do you spell it?
V-A-N.
Oh, Van.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You were raped by the mailman?
Yeah. You know how he always delivers the mail?
Yeah.
Yeah, he delivers the mail.
No kidding. Oh, wow. Emptied his sack, huh? All right, hold on a second there, Van.
It doesn't have to be a whole riff of comedy about mailman. Okay, let's get to this guy's problem.
I know. All right. Neither sleet, no storm, or snow.
At least
well,
put him on hold before you
okay.
go off on this.
Hold on a second, Sam.
Van.
Van. Well, the problem is he pronounces Van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me answer that and try it again. How do you pronounce your name?
V-A-N.
Say it.
Van.
Sounds like Vam.
Van. Sounds like you're saying Vam.
Vam.
Doesn't matter. I don't care.
All right, hold on a second. We have the only listeners in the world who say, "How do you pronounce your name?" and they spell it. V-A-N. Okay. All right, Bloodhound Gang is here. For some reason, I don't feel as sorry for Van as I should.
Well, he's probably pretty angry about it.
All right, we're gonna have to talk to him. I was raped by the Avon lady. That's a story I'm gonna get into later on in the evening, and then we'll come back and we'll get to Van and his rape by the mailman story after this.
Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Back in a minute.
Well, it's worth hearing.
How was school today, Rebecca?
We learned what the Earth was like a long time ago, way back in the 1990s.
Oh.
Grandpa, did you ever taste water?
Oh, my, no. By the time I was a boy, water, if you could find it, was pretty much unfit to drink. But I hear tell, long ago, children used to make lemonade with actual tap water and drink it on hot, sunny days.
Really?
Yeah, and sometimes they'd fill balloons with water and toss them at each other and laugh, or run through the sprinkler singing and carrying on. And then after a day of playing, their folks would put them in the tub, fill it with water and bubbles, and scrub them till they were squeaky clean.
Wow. Why didn't people try to save the water?
Well, I guess they didn't think one person could make a difference.
Thousands of Americans make a difference every day. For example, over 900 million tons of untreated sewage is no longer discharged into our nation's waters. A message from ECHO, the Earth Communications Office.
Okay, class. This part of the museum is known as the Hall of Trees.
What's a tree?
Large plants that once covered much of the Earth. This is a full-scale model of a maple tree.
What are those green things?
Those were called leaves. They took in sunlight, nourished the tree, expelled oxygen, creating air for people to breathe.
People didn't breathe out of air tanks?
No, then air was everywhere. The sky was blue, even the ocean was blue,
The ocean was blue?
and filled with fish.
What's a fish?
When you protect the earth, you protect your health and that of your children. We're making progress. There has been a significant improvement. 20 years ago, air pollution in Los Angeles exceeded health standards on 4 out of every 5 days. But we still have a long way to go.
Here's the Hall of Weather. Press that button and you'll hear a rainfall.
Why'd they need rain?
Without rain, a flower couldn't grow.
What's a flower?
One person can make a difference. A message from ECHO, the Earth Communications Office.
Personally, I'm so sick of hearing about the environment.
I know. What's everyone so worried about?
51 million Americans live in areas where the air is officially classified as unhealthy to breathe.
It's a big world, and it's been here a long time.
Yeah, we're talking years and years and years.
The Center for Disease Control says that 94,000 people get sick every year from contaminated water. 900 of those people die.
It's all in their heads.
It's media hype.
The average American dumps at least 20 pounds of household toxins down the drain every year, most of which ends up in the drinking water supply.
Personally, I drink tap water. I mean, it's not like we're in Bangladesh.
Personally, I feel fine. I mean, I ask you, seriously, who's really getting hurt here?
5.8 million children died last year as a result of unsafe drinking water.
Not me or my kids, right, Billy? Billy? Where are you?
Can one person make a difference? Today, 66% of our rivers and lakes are safe for fishing and swimming, a third more than in 1970. One person can make a difference. A message from ECHO, the Earth Communications Office.
And now, Vince and Larry, the crash test dummies, with a lullaby.
Crumple, crumple, little car, when you crash it's au revoir.
If on dumb luck you rely, through the windshield they will fly.
Keep your children off the streets, put your kids in safety seats.
Crumple, crumple, little car, don't be dummies like we are. Gee, Vince, I'm kind of sleepy now.
Okay, Larry, just crash anywhere.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your kids' safety belts. A message from the Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Oh, come on, have a drink.
No, thanks.
Just one little drink.
I don't want to.
Chicken, everyone else is.
I said no.
What a nerd. One little drink won't kill you.
You've heard it all before. Be cool. Join the crowd. Have a drink, even though you're not 21.
Let's go. She's no fun.
Make the right choice. Don't give in. Underage drinking is dumb and dangerous.
Look out!
A public service message from the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
It's Loveline, a man for all. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Lupus and Jimmy are both here from the Bloodhound Gang. Hooray for Boobies is the name of the CD. And thank God someone had the courage to use that title, because that is a fantabulous notion.
Thank you.
We'll hear something else off the CD as the night wears on, but first we'll get back to the phones. We'll speak to Van, who pronounces his name Van, and he's 13.
Yeah.
So, Van, how did this happen? What happened?
The mailman, you know, we see him as, like, he knows who we are. And one day I was home by myself, and I went to go pick up mail from the mailbox when he dropped it off. And I guess he just realized I was alone, and he came in.
He came in with violently, or?
No, he just came in, and it was weird.
Yeah, but how did he just come in? Did he just walk in the front door? He just opened it. The front door was unlocked?
Because I went out the front door to get the mail.
Why'd you let him in?
Because I couldn't have forced him back.
So he came in violently?
Yeah.
He pushed his way in?
Not like pushing like he came in. But I wasn't about to push him back.
Okay, so he scared you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how did it go from entering the house to entering you? Oh, yeah.
This is all BS?
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, all you prepubescent idiots who call this show. And by the way, I don't want anyone to call this show anymore. I've now had it with all of yous. But if you're going to make up a bogus call, fine, but just make it up.
Get your story straight. That wasn't very...
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so uninspired, you know? People call this show with BS, It doesn't happen. They don't get on the air that often, but once in a while they do, and it's like they don't have a story. It's like, why bother? You know what it is? It's like, it'd be like the Republican Party is having a fundraiser. You charge the stage and then go,
Can we at least keep talking and pretend that he's still on and talk about getting raped by the mailman?
Oh, I wish the mailman raped him. Thank God we made jokes about it. You see, Drew?
That is a dirty little bastard.
See, you try to get me not to make jokes about serious situations, but then it turns out to be bogus, and it's a good thing I got my licks in,
Feels
right?
so much better then.
That's right.
Yeah, it's
Total
good.
vindication. Steve?
Hey, what's going on?
You're 14. What's up?
I just got a question for the Bloodhound Gang. How'd you guys get together?
We started out because our bassist needed money. I think when we started making demos, it was when our bassist needed money for college. He would have these parties that were 5 kegs, 5 bands, $5, and
Wow.
that's when it really started to gel and take hold. Yeah.
This was in Philadelphia?
In Philadelphia.
How many people would show up?
He would fit about 300 people in his house.
Wait a minute, that's not how you guys meet in high school or something? Or?
I used to work at a mall making Philadelphia cheesesteaks, and he would get high and come down with munchies.
Hang out and get free food.
And then our bassist I met at college, and
where were you in college?
Temple University.
Temple.
And did you make good Philly cheesesteaks?
Yeah, we made really good cheesesteaks.
Let me ask you a Philly cheesesteak, because my family's from Philadelphia. And Drew and I were out there. I don't know. Was it a year ago? You were throwing up the whole time.
I was just there a couple weeks ago.
Well, the point is I tried to get a Philly cheesesteak out here from a place that everyone said had a good Philly cheesesteak, and everything was good about it except for they used that white American cheese instead of like a Swiss cheese, or I'm not sure what kind of cheese they should be using.
American cheese. Or Cheese Whiz.
Yeah, there's different beliefs on the Cheese Whiz or American cheese.
Yeah.
The cheese didn't seem right on this one, is basically what I'm
cheese
saying.
Whiz, you mean Velveeta?
Yeah, it was interesting because you learned a lot about people when I worked there. Black people like the Cheese Whiz, white people like the American cheese.
Interesting.
And black people always like the lemonade, white people got the iced tea.
Wait, by Cheese Whiz, you don't mean the stuff in the can that you squirt
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's good.
What are the blacks doing to themselves? As if the whole oppression, the slavery, and the racism not bad enough. Now they got the
Velveeta.
Cheese Whiz on their Philly cheesesteaks. They're really punishing themselves for no reason now. All right, so...
Let's take a break.
I'm just the reason I'm laughing is because my buddy, my partner Jimmy, called a very trendy Japanese restaurant to make reservations for my other partner doing his black voice today, and got the reservations when they told my partner he couldn't have the reservations before. And here's the point I brought up to the boys in the office, and I got to tell you this. I know this is horribly unpopular, but that's why I'm going to say it. Black people and all sorts of people, but especially the blacks, they complain about racism all the time. And it's true. It's out there. Not that many people are racist, but there's a handful of them out there. But here's what you guys don't talk about, and you should pay attention to. There's 10% of white people are racist, or 8%, or 12%, or whatever it is. The other 90% are guilty about the 10% and overcompensate.
That's right.
Try to be nicer because of the 10% a-hole who's ruining it for the rest of us. I never hear Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson talking about this, but listen to me, you idiots. If I'm walking down the street and a black guy wants money, here you go, brother. Sorry about what happened. White guy wants money? Get a job. Get a job, you idiot. Get off my back.
But you say he could make a reservation?
He made a reservation as a black man.
That he couldn't make as himself.
Well, that my clearly white from Vermont, Daniel, tried to make. It was funny. He called in a minute earlier, and he was like, the woman was like, "You come between 5 and 10:30. That's it." It was like Nobu, some very upscale Japanese place. And when Jimmy called as a black man, it was like 8:30. Okay, it was like,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, did he do the Southern, like, now you let it here?
Well, he didn't go with the total like Amos and Andy, but he just went subtle. You knew it was a black guy calling it,
right?
Or at least a white guy pretending to be a black guy is what it really was. And then we had a conversation about reverse racism. And all I'm saying is hey, if you're black and you're complaining a lot, I want to hear Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson talk about this every once in a while. There is racist white people, but then there's a whole bunch of other way more, that feel bad and guilty about what's happened and try harder.
Sure.
Let me understand. Was this guy, the woman making the reservation, a white person pretending to be Japanese?
I think it was a white man pretending to be a Japanese woman. I'm going to look into it. We'll take a little break. We'll be back.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back.
These are the sounds of today's kids. And these are the voices of today's kids.
Don't underestimate me. I can work harder in school.
Give me a problem that's hard to solve.
Give me tougher work. Give me tougher books. When I solve a tough problem, I'm on top of the world.
Surprised? Don't be. 74% of kids say school should only pass them to the next grade when they've learned what's expected of them.
I'm not afraid to fail.
If I make a mistake, I'll do better next time.
75% of kids say they'd study harder if their schools gave them tougher tests. The fact is, almost all kids want to be challenged in school. So listen to the voices of kids today.
Challenge me.
Challenge me. Challenge me.
Do your part. Support higher academic achievement in your state and challenge our schools to challenge our kids. For a free booklet, call 1-800-38-BE-SMART. A message from the Ad Council and the Education Excellence Partnership.
Taking all that work home?
No, this is my own stuff. I've got a date with a financial planner.
You're only 25. Why are you planning for retirement already?
Hey, I want to be able to choose when I retire and know that I'll be financially secure when I do.
I've heard lots of people call themselves financial planners, but aren't they really trying to get you to invest in their favorite fund? Like they're selling size 20 shoes so everyone gets a hello Bigfoot.
Half this stuff is my bank statements, company insurance policies, tax returns. The planner's going to know a lot about me before recommending anything. The rest is background information I've collected on her and 2 other planners. If she passes tonight's round, she gets my papers.
Securing your financial future is important. You have a right to expect financial advice that's competent, ethical, and based on your needs. To verify that a planner is certified, call toll-free 888-CFP-MARK. A public service of the Certified Financial Planner Board of Standards.
Hey, driving fans! It may have happened to you. You may have heard the roar of the rumble strips, the blast of car and truck horns, and the heart-pounding fear of a near miss. Avoid all the dangerous crash action that comes with falling asleep at the wheel. Experience the amazing power nap. You've never seen power like this before. The Power Nap. Find out what the professional drivers have been doing for years. The Power Nap gives you the energy you need for the road ahead, and it's free. Whether you're driving to the shore with your family, to another city to meet a client, to school across the state, or anywhere there's action. The Power Nap is your ticket to revitalization. Experience the Power Nap at a rest stop near you. Just pull in, find a safe, well-lighted spot to park, turn off the key, and close your eyes. In just 20 to 30 minutes, you'll have the energy you need to drive safely for miles. So don't push it, park it, and feel the power of the Power Nap. A wake-up call to all drivers from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the American Trucking Association.
It's nearly 6 a.m. and we're at a rest stop talking to travelers. Excuse me?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of circadian rhythms?
It's like a Latin band, right?
Not quite. Do you know what circadian rhythms are?
It's when the stars all align and their energy creates...
No. How about you, sir? Huh? Circadian rhythms. Exactly. Circadian rhythms tell your body when it should be sleeping as well as when it should be awake.
Huh?
Circadian rhythms are part of our body's internal controls, a kind of built-in clock that tells us when to wake up and when to go to sleep each day. Imagine the danger that comes when we try to drive when our body thinks we should be sleeping, especially at night, early morning, and for many people, mid-afternoon. You really should try to avoid driving during your body's downtimes. If you have to drive when you'd normally be sleeping and you find yourself getting drowsy, stop for a refreshing 20 to 30-minute nap. Now what would you say when I say circadian rhythms?
I'd say don't push it, park it.
Right.
A wake-up call from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the American Trucking Associations.
Oh, come on, have a drink.
No thanks.
Just one little drink.
I don't want to.
Chicken, everyone else is.
I said no.
What a nerd. One little drink won't kill you.
You've heard it all before. Be cool. Join the crowd. Have a drink, even though you're not 21.
Let's go. She's no fun.
Make the right choice. Don't give in. Underage drinking is dumb and dangerous.
Look out!
A public service message from the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hey, this is Braden from Super Deluxe. You've probably heard about all the bad things that can happen to you if you're sexually active and not using condoms. Well, I'm going to say it again. Use a latex condom. There's a lot of sexually transmitted diseases out there, and you don't need to get them. So if you're going to fool around, use a latex condom. Be smart. Be cool. Always use a latex condom.
Brought to you by Westwood One Entertainment and Trojan, America's #1 condom. Trusted for over 80 years.
Yep. All right, it's Loveline. We're going to take a quick 10-second affiliate timeout. We'll be back in just 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
radio station.
It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. And I want to give the facts number. Bloodhound Gang is our guest tonight. Jimmy Pop and Lupus Thunder are both in here. Hooray for Boobies is the name of the CD. And you want to get back on the phones?
You're still thinking about that movie, I can tell.
Yeah, we did this movie with Brooke Shields, and that was like 4 or 5 months ago, right?
No, like 8 or 9 months ago.
8 or 9 months ago? Well, we didn't really do it with her. Brooke Shields did a movie, and there's a lot of other celebrities in it. I mean, it's like a regular movie. Celebrities and budget and lighting and 90 minutes and the whole thing.
Budget.
They put me and Drew in there, and we're like narrate the thing, and it's interesting. And I ran into Brooke Shields at a Christmas party, and she told me how great it was and how much they appreciate it. And the tape sat over at William Morris for about 5 months, and I finally had someone go get it.
When did you see it? Today?
I saw it tonight. Yeah, I just got it today. I yelled at. You know what I don't like about? Here's what I don't like about.
Was
this,
it any good?
business,
Was it any good before you go off about the
tape? Was fine.
Right.
Here's the thing about this business. Agents and managers and all these people. And listen, I don't care if all you idiots are listening to me. Listen to me. A, you work for me. That's number one. Number two, I'm not paying you to do what you want to do. I'm paying you to do. Not what you want to do, what I want you to do. And here's what happens with these agents and managers. They show up at the BS stuff, but they somehow drop the ball when it comes to the nickel and dime stuff, meaning they show up at politically incorrect and eat 40 pounds of fruit salad and rub elbows with all the other idiots that are there. They show up at all. They're there at all the junk. You know how they're there at the stuff you don't want them to be there because it's a good time.
Right.
Like, you're going to Vegas for the porn awards. Yeah, I got to be there. It's like, no, you don't.
Yeah, whenever we do a European tour.
Oh, yeah.
They're always in Madrid, but they're never in Warsaw.
Well, here's
Right.
but Adam.
But you tell one of these idiots, hey, fix this. Like, hey, they got this picture over on Talk Soup of me and Drew where Drew looks like he's in a wheelchair.
Looks like Stephen
Hawking. And it's 5 years old. Why don't you get that swapped out with a good picture? That ain't happening.
Right.
There's no fruit salad.
Right.
There's nothing in it for him. And 15% of what? Nothing. I mean, what? I don't get paid for. No one gets paid for swapping out a picture over there.
I'm actually.
So now are you saying that you've been begging someone to get you that tape?
Here's what I'm saying.
Yes.
William Morris is always. They're a little on the ropes with me because they're always assuming I don't like talking to them that much, and I'm always looking like I'm going to quit and go with some other agency or whatever. So they kiss up to me a little bit, and that's fine. But what they don't do is send over the goddamn tape of the movie I'm in that's sitting in their office for 5 months. So I finally called my manager and I yelled at him, and actually yelled at Chip because he's a good guy.
Let me.
And I said, listen, just go get the tape and stop worrying about what you want to do and start doing what I want you to do.
Let me at least come to management. They really are managers. They're managing you. They're not doing just what you want to do. They're managing, and they're more like a business partner than a Then a
Well, yeah, sure, they're a business partner. You pay them a ton of money.
well, it's a partnership.
It is a partnership, but here's the deal. You pay them, and that means they do everything.
No,
Like
they
that
help you get
stupid
jobs.
publicists
so
you have and all those. Drew, come on, about the picture?
So now you have your William Morris agent, and then you have your own manager.
That's right.
And how many people does your manager manage?
No. Geez, our manager does like Tom Green and
Jimmy
Kimmel and a few who the Charo. No.
Carson.
Oh, Carson Daly. Yeah.
See, that's your problem.
What's
you,
that?
you need a manager that only does. He's Adam. That's what we have. We have a Bloodhound Gang manager.
Can I get him? Oh, then
Sure.
he'd be Bloodhound and Adam, though.
I mean, that's a small.
Then you
camp.
tour to Germany.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
that ain't it. We get they give us plenty of attention, but like I said, it's the fun stuff, and they don't like the BS. And I don't blame them. I'd do the same thing. I'd eat the fruit salad and not go get the picture, but I got to crack the whip every once in a while. That's all, Drew. Drew, you got to crack the whip yourself. That's it. That's why I know
I'm too tired.
I have the Brooke Shields movie, and you'll never have it.
Right.
Never, never, ever.
You're
and
right.
don't think the fact that we're managed by the same company and that we're both in the movie and that I made a big stink about getting my Brooke Shields movie means you are a Smurf's ass hair closer to getting the movie yourself. You'll not get it. And that's the way it works. That is the
And you're gonna
beauty
laugh
of this
like a
business.
hyena and withhold it from me.
Hey, I'm not giving it to you.
That's right.
You got to go get your management.
I'm
to
glad it
go
was a good
get
movie
for
though, right?
you.
You enjoyed watching it.
I fast forwarded through everything but our parts.
What did they put in about us? I don't
It's
remember.
good.
What the hell we say?
It's funny.
All right.
I'm witty.
Do you know the part where you're screaming at me? We're cussing at each other.
No, that's out.
Oh,
That's on
the
the
funniest
outtakes
part, I
reel.
thought.
That's on the Hearts of Darkness, the making of the Brooke Shields. Brandon?
Oh, I can fart on demand.
Really?
Yeah, and I had to lie about my question because the screener wouldn't put me through.
Wait a minute now. Danielle, am I hearing this correctly? Were you discouraging someone who can fart on demand? She's not listening to the show. She's
How many
watching
people do you need in your stable of?
Well, I have now 2 guys and a girl. Brandon?
Oh, I have an idea, too.
Uh-oh.
No, you can start the National Farting and Masturbation Alliance.
Yeah. How about I just stay home and whack off?
How bad is your asthma, Brandon?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real bad because it's like my medicine. I haven't got my allergy shot yet.
Whoa! I mean, you got to get your inhalers. You're not moving air.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of moving air, though, how about we hear the fart?
Of course.
Yeah, I don't care if he dies. I just want a good laugh.
Hold on.
All right.
No, that was not.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I'm not buying that one.
Yeah, I think so. The guy's got
The old
asthma. He
armpit.
can't do that.
All I heard was.
Brandon?
Yes?
Now listen. I know enough about the ass to know that the people who can fart on demand have a suck-in sound, too. It's like the tide rolling in and then pulling back out again. How about you let us hear the suck-in part?
I can do that.
All right?
Hold on.
See.
Nah.
Got him again.
I'm like, I'm the McGruff of the ass. You know what I mean? I called him on that. Oh, now you guys all knew he was fibbing too, but I didn't know. I wanted to hear, and you can always hear the suck-in part.
Now you're questioning Danielle. Like, kiss her ass a little bit for having properly screened out a bad call.
All right.
Of course, she didn't hear you screaming at her
That's
before.
fine.
So.
Thomas,
Yeah, I'm here.
you're 12.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from?
Oh, Alto?
Okay.
Where?
I just wanted to talk to Bloodhound.
Oswaldo.
You're calling from Oswaldo?
No, Palo Alto.
Palo Alto?
Northern California.
Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
just wanted to talk to the Bloodhound Gang.
Here they
First of
are.
all, Adam, you're awesome, and so is Dr. Drew.
Thank you.
Bloodhound Gang, you guys are great. You guys coming up here soon on tour?
What was that again?
Are you guys going to come up to, like, San Jose or something like that soon?
Yeah, we have a couple tours of America coming up. I don't know if in April and May we're going up there.
I didn't.
I think San Francisco is the closest.
Yeah, and then we'll be out there in November too. So I'm sure we'll make our way up there.
All right, cool.
I don't know if you can come to the show though, because you're only 12.
Do you have, like, explicit concerts now?
Again?
You guys having, like, explicit concerts or something?
Yeah, it's not anywhere a 12-year-old should be.
No,
You guys
it's too
are
much.
good.
Listen, here's the problem, Thomas. It's too much fun for a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
We don't think you guys could handle
It's
it.
11 o'clock. You should probably be in bed by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what grade are you in, Thomas?
7th.
All right, but you're into the Bloodhound Gang, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
well, you just listen.
Yeah, just listen. In a couple years, when we do the reunion tour with Loverboy,
right?
Come on out.
Yeah, see, because I know guys from Europe, because I've been there like a couple times.
Oh, you've been to Europe?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then you're old enough then to come to the show.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah. Those Europeans mature quicker.
I'm 35. I've never been to Europe.
No.
Yeah, I swear to God. Never been to Europe. You believe that? I got some 12-year-old punk who's been there.
You'll have to come out with us.
That's it. I'm going on tour with the Bloodhound Gang.
Adam will hate Europe.
Why?
You like Italy. You like Italy.
I like eating.
French will drive you crazy.
Why? They got attitudes?
Yeah.
Well, you got attitude. They got attitude. Won't work.
Yeah. All right. Well, where will I like?
Italy.
Because I'll go to Italy.
You like Norway?
Yeah.
Like you'll find women with
large breasts,
black hair, and blue eyes, natural.
Wow.
Kind of stuff like that. Yeah.
That's
amazing.
Wow. Norway, huh?
Not Sweden. That whole Swedish bikini team stuff.
Yeah.
That's all made up.
Oh,
that's
don't
not,
ruin it.
No,
for
Norway
me.
is where it's at.
All right.
Yeah, Swedish people, they're not that attractive.
Wow.
They all look like the Swedish chef.
How do we, the Swedish women out here? I think they got like what would be the opposite of what the Polacks got. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
they got too good a rap.
We decided the Poles were all stupid,
right?
And I'm sure dumber than they actually are, although they're not doing that great over there. But they shouldn't. They're no dumber than the Hungarians or the Czechs, right? And then the Swedes, we decided were all hot, and they're no better than Norwegian anyone in that region, are they?
No.
No. All right. So there you go. Hey, Drew, I'm glad I settled that.
That's good. This is a very useful show tonight.
Steve?
Yeah, how's it going?
What's up?
I recently ate marijuana because I didn't want to smoke it because my parents were in their bedroom sleeping and I didn't want them to, find out.
You couldn't do it rectally?
No, I don't do it that way.
I see. All right.
And I was just wondering how long it stays in your system. Does it stay
After eating it, stays in longer than smoking it.
longer?
Yeah.
Really?
So
Did you get high?
Yeah, I felt pretty funny for a couple hours, but
All right.
not as same as like smoking it. But
And what'd you do? Did you just put it in your mouth and eat it, or did you?
I like chew sort of, just put it under my lip and sucked on it for about 20 minutes, and then spit it out.
Well,
and then you spit it out.
Yeah.
I think you got to eat
Chewing
it.
tobacco.
Yeah, if you eat it and crap it out, then you really have skunk weed.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
probably wouldn't smell too good.
What are you taking this drug test for?
A job.
When are you taking it?
Within the next couple weeks.
You're
And you-
15.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be a pilot?
What?
What do you do at 15 where you get drug tested for a job?
I'm gonna work at Lumberman's, and I guess they just do it there.
You're working at Lumberman's?
I'm going to. Yeah, I just filled out a job application today.
And what do they sell there? Aluminum siding?
Stuff like that. 2x4s and stuff.
Nice. Let me tell you something about a 2x4. You really impress the bosses.
Yeah.
It's really only 1.5 inches by 3.5. You know?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna write that down.
They're gonna like that. you want me to tell you the difference between board feet and lineal feet?
What's the difference?
Maybe later.
No, I want to hear.
You want to? A board foot is a foot. Okay. Here's it. Board foot is a foot of board by a foot wide. It's all 1 by, which is actually only 3/4 by. Here's what I mean. Lineal feet is like just how many feet of this crap did you buy, whether it was molding or siding or whatever it is. It's like if you have if you have 10-foot pieces, you got 100 lineal feet.
Right.
But board feet is if you got 1 by 6 and another 1 by 6, and they're both 10 feet long, you only have 10 board feet. You don't have 20 board feet. It's got to be 12 inches. See what it's got to equal 12 inches in width.
Right.
You guys know what I'm saying? Am I confusing you?
Before you start getting feet going forward.
Lineal feet does not matter about the width or the thickness of the board, but board feet has to be a foot wide. So, okay, here's what I'm saying.
I'm just wondering if you ever went out on a date and she's like, yeah, this is the guy from Lovelines from the Manchester. And he's sitting there, took her to a really nice restaurant, like, here's the difference between...
you guys?
Let me just.
He does that stuff.
Let me just because I want to make it clear, and then we'll move on. We'll edit this out of the show.
Oh, of course.
If I had 10 pieces of wood that were all 2 inches wide, and they were 10 feet long, it would take 6 of those to get get 10 foot of board, 10 board feet of that. It wouldn't be 100, or it wouldn't be 60
What if you had
feet.
3 foot wide by 10 feet? Would that be 30 board feet?
You mean thick? You mean if it was thicker than 1 by?
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to factor that in, but every 3/4 of an inch it starts at 3/4 of an inch, which is 1 by.
Okay.
1 inch is 3/4 of an inch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
I think we're all bored with
Now,
board feet.
back to the guy with the pot.
Yeah.
If he smokes regularly, it could show in his urine as late as 2 weeks out. It really could, but usually it doesn't. If he's just an occasional smoker, that episode of eating the pot will not show.
I'm telling you, when he gives the boss a speech about the board feet and the lineal feet,
It won't matter anymore?
I don't care if he hawks up a pot brownie right in front of the guy and lands on the application he's still in.
Right.
That's going to be impressive. Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's always funny. And then we're going to talk to you, Jesse.
Okay.
You know, when I ever hear these commercials for like Home Depot or something, when they're talking about, we hire veteran tradesmen from the industry with years of knowledge and experience in trade. I go to Home Depot, I'm like, do you have wood? And the guy's like, huh?
Right.
Do you have a toilet? Oh, come again? And say it slower this time, because I didn't hear that. I mean, I've never seen more retards in my life.
Yeah,
I never
they
know
know
what
how
the
to
hell you're talking about ever. I laugh like a maniac when I hear those experienced tradesmen. Are you kidding me? All right, Jesse,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Hi. Okay. About a year ago, like in May of '99, my dad was put in jail for a couple of counts of child molestation.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy.
Exactly. And he just recently got sentenced to 9 years in prison, and he started his term February of this year. And since then, everything has changed in our family. Just everything's happened.
Who was he molesting?
It wasn't any. I have a younger brother and younger sister, and it wasn't any of us. From what we've told each other and stuff, but it was a couple of younger family friends, like my mom's best friend's daughter.
Are they the ones that press the charges?
Huh?
Are they the ones that press charges?
Actually, yeah, it was like my mom that basically like put him in jail, and there's 2 families that press charges against him.
All right.
And
He's doing 9 years. He must have some priors, right?
actually no, he was molested when he was younger.
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise. But he never had any trouble with the law before this?
Like a traffic violation.
Well, that's exactly the kind. No.
Yeah, the violation was a high-speed chase where he beat the crap out of some
Or he
cop.
drove through a mall?
It was like, no, he was like drove through. I'm not exactly sure.
He drove through something.
Jump through.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, anyway, so now he's in for 9 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my younger.
When you're in for molestation, though, they treat you like a king in there. So don't you worry about his accommodation.
Actually, he's not my real father either.
All right. What's your question?
Okay, my question is I was wondering if there was any groups that, like Alateen, if there's any like equivalent groups to that for this particular situation.
For surviving abuse or for dealing with family systems that are torn apart by someone who's an abuser?
That, yeah.
Well, where is your real father?
He's never really been in my life. I've like met him a couple times, but he's just a loser.
And this guy was always in your life?
Compared to your stepfather, who's not a loser.
There are trauma survival groups out there.
You know you're a bad dad when you're being compared unfavorably to the guy who's doing 9 years for molestation.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Go ahead, Drew.
Trauma survival types of groups, I would think, and many psychiatric hospitals or general hospitals would have those sorts of referrals. If not, you still could. Neither of these guys were alcoholic or addicts?
My mother and my father both had drug problems.
Yeah, so I think Alateen might be the best place for you to start because, surprise, surprise, this is not an unheard of situation with people with addiction history.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have a younger brother and a younger sister.
Yeah. Why do they insist on the kids, these people? You know what I mean?
Twisted.
3, you know? I can't
Yeah,
just
it's
have
been really
one.
hard, and my brother has a lot of anger problems.
All right.
You know.
That's all right. Someone's got to kill me at an ATM soon anyway, so I guess it'll be fantastic. Hey, Jesse?
Yeah?
You sound like you get your head screwed on pretty straight considering where you come from.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be one of these people. I count myself amongst these folks who are embarrassed by the actions of their parents as they get older. God, are my parents miserable to have a radio show.
Oh, I
Boy,
bet.
they never counted on this. you idiots hear me? You didn't count on this one, did you? That's right. You figure I'd be in some hole for the rest of my life underneath some goddamn house digging with a effing coffee can. Well, you screwed up. You miscalculated. All that saving for college that you didn't do, all that good junk you didn't do, now I got a radio show telling the world about you. Yeah, you're miserable now. Family's miserable to have this show. Jesse?
Yeah.
All right, you're smart. You'll be fine.
Alateen, go.
Go to Alateen.
Go.
Okay.
And don't talk to your mom.
Don't talk to my mom.
Yeah, I don't like her.
She's picked to lose her dad.
She picks some pretty bad guys.
Okay.
And listen, can you sterilize her? How can a kid sterilize their parents? Can you sneak in and snip something while she's asleep or something?
Yeah, there's
there's something you can
fairy.
do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stick a microwave between her legs while she's sleeping.
it's the
something like that.
Yeah, I think a black light will work if you leave it there long enough. Doesn't the government? Can the government get involved with this kind of stuff? I really don't want the government involved with that much, but this is one I'd like to see them step in on. You got a couple of kids. The first guy you got's long gone. The second guy you hooked up with is in for molestation. I mean, how about no kids? At what point do we step in and go, no more kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't. You got the 6-year-old male with the anger problems. God knows what he's gonna cost.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean. I mean, what is
He's gonna snap someday.
Someday. I give him by the summer.
Yeah.
No, I mean seriously. She's got this little brother who already has the anger problems. Daddy's in jail for molestation. God knows what he did before he checked in to the prison.
Yeah.
And, real daddy's God knows where. God knows what the next boyfriend this crazy bitch brings home is going to be like. What's this kid going to do?
Right.
Which one of our kids is he going to put a shiv in? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and at what point is the parent responsible?
Yeah,
for
we have too many
cranking these
rights.
kids out. Please. That drives me insane.
And by 6 years old, the imprinting, the work's been done on the kid.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can really disrupt a brain function by that point.
Sure.
Personality.
That's great. All right. Well, just in and out of the system. We'll have counselors and probation officers assigned to them. It'll be great. We'll spend millions on this one kid. All right, we're going to take ourselves a little break. When we come back, we'll speak to Matt. Sister said she caught his girlfriend. Wait a minute. Sister said she caught his girlfriend, in bed with his dad. Wait a minute. We got to talk. This has got to be bogus. Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your sister said she caught your girlfriend
Yeah.
in bed with your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I came home from school the other day.
Uh-huh. The other day?
Huh?
The other day?
When?
Well, like
What day?
Monday.
Yeah.
And so
He's trying to rise up to your challenge here.
I see.
I came home from school, and I was late coming home from school, and my sister had to talk to me.
Why were you late?
Huh?
Why were you late?
Huh?
I got in trouble with some guys at school.
What happened?
Like, some guy kept cussing me out, and so I threw a punch at him, and then there were, I guess, too many of them, so they kind of took me out.
Yeah. Did you get suspended?
No, they did, but I did get in trouble.
All right. I'm still listening.
Okay.
Barely. You came home.
Yeah, I came home, and my sister took me aside and said when she got home from school, she caught my girlfriend in bed with my dad.
How old's your sister?
14.
Where is she now?
She's in the other room sleeping.
All right. I may need to talk to her.
Okay.
Hold on a second, Matt. Where are you calling from?
Fresno.
Fresno?
Yeah.
Okay. Are people having difficulty pronouncing their own towns tonight?
And their names.
And their names?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting like Resno. I got. And the other one I got
Palo Alto was
Palo Alto or something. It was like, listen, let me explain, everyone. You got to at least know your own town. That one you got to know.
And your own name.
Oh, yeah.
Seems so.
I don't hold that
Fam.
yeah.
Fam.
And here's the deal, by the way.
Bobo.
My barber's from Spain, and he told me one day we were talking about cars. He has a heavy accent. Told him one day he was going to trade in his Sav for a Bobo. I said, Oscar, don't you mean Saab? Yes, I say Sav for a Volvo. Bobo, yes.
Bobo, right.
I say, Oscar, how is it you can say the B when you need to, but not when, and then the V when you don't need to? What do you mean? Sav Bobo.
Right.
I said, listen, Oscar, use the V. Your precious V that you're driving. Put that over here and then take the other one and put it over there. Sav. I said, no, I said, Sob. Sob.
Sob, right.
Sob. Sob. Okay, forget about that one. Volvo. Bobo. Listen, you just said V. Say the V. You just used the V. See, pretend the one you used on Sav. Use the V now. Volvo. Bobo. I was like, all right, now you're starting trouble. That's it. That's passive aggressive right there. Don't tell me these foreigners aren't troublemakers. That's screwing with me, right? Yeah. All right. Bloodhound Gang is here. We'll take a little break. We'll hear from Matt and his dad who had sex with his girlfriend's sister. I don't know. After this.
Yo, Loveline will be right back, homie.
I'm talking to a real-life Geico Auto Insurance customer, Jackie Gelman. Jackie, you filed a claim with Geico. How fast was it handled?
It was fast.
As fast as a cheetah chasing a frightened antelope on the African plains, Jackie?
Well, it was fast.
Voila! Claims handled as fast as a cheetah at dinner time, give or take a few antelope. One 15-minute call could save you 15% or more. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. 1-800-947-AUTO. Geico Direct, the sensible alternative.
Oh, come on, have a drink.
No thanks.
Just one little drink.
I don't want to.
Chicken, everyone else is.
I said no.
What a nerd. One little drink won't kill you.
You've heard it all before. Be cool. Join the crowd. Have a drink, even though you're not 21.
Let's go. She's no fun.
Make the right choice. Don't give in. Underage drinking is dumb and dangerous.
Look out!
A public service message from the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
This is gonna sound corny, but I just wanted to tell the world about my girlfriend, Lisa. I love sitting there, listening to her talk on the phone with her girlfriends. I mean, she can go on for hours to anybody, about anything. And it's not just about everyday things. It's about deeper stuff, too, like hair and hair products. And little by little, the phone becomes like a permanent part of her head. I get goosebumps just thinking about that. And then there's the way she sort of unhinges her jaws. She scarfs down a quart of double fudge chunk ice cream. She's a keeper. You know, I used to waste my time going inline skating and playing basketball with my buddies. What was I thinking?
Girls, rest assured, you will never in your life meet a guy like this.
I have this fantasy. There we are, 50 years from now. She's in a moo-moo, doing her nails, watching soap operas all day. Ooh.
Get some exercise. Get up. Get out. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council and the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports.
Somewhere in our community is a mother whose drug abuse once left her unable to care for her kids. There's a father, too, whose alcohol use drove his wife and children away. There's a boyfriend whose drug use frightened his girlfriend into giving him an ultimatum: get help or I'm gone. Help is available. It's in the form of treatment programs for drug abuse and alcohol problems, and the good news is that these programs are making a big difference in people's lives. With proper treatment, mothers and fathers, sweethearts and coworkers, friends and neighbors are overcoming drug and alcohol problems and reclaiming their lives. Isn't it great that treatment works? To find out about drug and alcohol treatment programs that can help, call 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-HELP. There is help, and it works. A public service of this station and the Center for Substance Abuse Treatment.
Dad, I don't think our campfire's totally out.
Are you kidding me? I know when a campfire's out. Did you drown the fire with water and stir it with a stick? No, it's out. We don't have to... Who said that?
Frank, it's a talking moose with sunglasses.
And a bunch of singing and dancing forest animals.
We know we can count on you to do what Smokey says.
And when your folks desire to build a fire.
Hot, hot.
Clear brush and branches away. And keep water nearby like you oughta.
Okay, I poured water on the fire. I stirred it with a stick. Everybody walked slowly toward the RV.
Dad, these are just Smokey's friends.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Frank, it's Smokey.
Nice hat, Smokey. Want the rest of my peanut butter sandwich?
Dad!
Visit Smokey at www.smokeybear.com. Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, the National Association of State Foresters, and the Ad Council.
Yep, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Lupus and Jimmy are both here from the Bloodhound Gang. Hooray for Boobies is the name of the CD. Yay! We got another song to hear off that. Let's finish off with Matt, then we'll hear the song and the Vagina song, right?
Something like that, yeah.
All right.
It's not called that anymore, I guess.
Matt?
Right?
All right. What's up? So
14-year-old sister saw your dad with your girlfriend. How long have you been with your girlfriend?
3 months.
Mm-hmm. How do you know your sister's telling the truth?
Well, I don't know, but she, I just don't know.
Well, here's how we can tell.
Okay.
You'll know whether your sister's telling the truth or not.
Okay.
Your girlfriend.
Right.
Where's her dad?
What's her deal?
Well, her parents got divorced about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Her dad was an alcoholic.
Keep going.
He used to do some drugs. I don't know if he still does. And he did do a little abusing.
He did a little abusing.
What kind?
Well, he would come home drunk occasionally, and I was there one night, and he just started hitting his wife.
How long ago they divorced?
They've been divorced about 2 years.
And you've been dating your girlfriend 3 months?
Yeah.
How did he come home and start smacking on her then when he was out of the house?
Well, they were together, and I was over at her house just visiting and stuff. And
why were they together?
I thought they were divorced 2 years ago.
Yeah, they did. They got divorced 2 years ago. But when before they got divorced, her dad was an alcoholic and abused a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've only been dating her 3 months.
Right.
Yeah.
How'd you see the abuse?
I was there. I saw one of them.
I think we should just keep going around
Yeah.
with this until he finally catches on. They've been divorced for 2 years.
Yeah.
You've been dating her for 3 months.
Right.
And you were over there when he came over and started abusing her.
Yeah.
But they've been divorced.
No, they weren't divorced yet.
Yeah, but you've only been...
You keep saying they've been divorced for 2 years.
Yeah, they have been divorced for 2 years.
But you've only seen your girlfriend for 3 months.
I know.
See, you understand there's a little math problem here,
Count your months
Matt?
there.
Okay, 2 years ago, I was 14, and I had met this girl at a party. We go over to her house for a little fun, not like anything bad, but and I started talking to her mom, and then her dad just pulled up and kept walking around just doing nothing.
And that's the same girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Please feel free to work that in on the 8th goddamn time we go around with your crappy math, you retard. Jesus Christ. Our listeners, no, let me tell you something, Matt. I'm going to come down on you. I'm not going to come down on you because Sunday night there'll be someone who's even dumber.
Okay.
Even dumber than you. And I know even if you close your eyes, it's hard to imagine that. But believe me, they will call in.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I'm going to save my energy for that person, Matt.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So she's got some chaos in her.
Yeah.
And that does make her a candidate for this. Now, what kind of guy is your dad?
Well, he's always seemed like a good guy. I've never really seen any problems with him. He did do some drugs a couple of years back.
Is he a perfect guy? We have to be perfect all the time?
No, he's not perfect at all. Believe me.
He's in construction?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Is he a good-looking guy?
That sounded like trouble. What branch of construction is he in?
Just building stuff for just houses, really.
Oh, let me write that down. He builds. So he's a general contractor or framing, drywall, you know what I mean, foundation?
He's on drywall.
Okay, so that would be the... Oh, drywaller. Hold on a second. It's not looking good.
No.
I got to be honest with you, Drew. We've had conversations about drywallers. Only roofers are lower than the drywallers. Ironically, the roofers are the lowest guys in the building.
Yeah, they're
in the trades.
On the top of the building.
Yeah, the guys who are on top are actually on the bottom. This guy's a drywaller though, which is bad news. And his girlfriend is abusive, sort of alcoholic parents. It's not. It
could be.
It's looking very feasible at this point.
It's painted in a way that's possible. Now, what do we do to help Matt?
All right, Matt.
Yeah.
You need to say to your sister, if this is true,
yeah,
I'm going to break up with her,
and I got to talk to Dad,
and it's going to cause a lot of problems. So I won't be mad at you, but if it's not true, now's the time to speak up.
Okay.
And give her that opportunity.
Yeah.
And if she sticks with it and makes sure she understands this is going to cause something, and if you find out at some point it's not true, it's not the kind of thing you're going to forgive her for in a long time.
Yeah.
And then if it is true, you need to dump your girlfriend
immediately.
Yeah.
And as far as your dad goes,
should I just like beat him up or something?
No, just like he's just some. Consider him an idiot you live with, like a bad roommate.
Be done with him,
and get your grades up and go off to college somewhere.
And go hook up with your girlfriend's mom because she sounds like a goer.
Shouldn't he try to say something to Dad?
I don't.
Or just let it go.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like you're 16. The guy's an idiot. He's probably idiots. You don't get a lot of satisfaction from idiots from confronting them. They tend to get in your face and stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's
Yes,
just forget how much satisfaction has anyone ever got from their parents from confronting them at 16?
Well, I'm just wondering.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying, but I don't mean gratification from the confrontation, but I mean some level of reestablishment of a relationship with Dad.
I don't know. Dad's an idiot. Just move out. I listen. My parents were okay, but like semi-crappy. I had a ton of friends, and I just kind of hung out with them, and it wasn't a bad deal.
Waited until you were 18, got out of the house.
Got out of the house early, hung out with my friends even more, and if I got thrown in jail once, my friends bailed me out. If I needed help, my friends helped me out. I helped them out. They're my new family. And then, later on in life, you get kind of reestablished with your parents after you become an adult. And you
get a radio show and humiliate them for years.
Well, they deserve it. But my point is too many people counting on the folks. And a lot of folks out there, idiots. Your friends are a lot better. All right, let's talk about this next song we're going to play before we play it, because our engineer told me there was a story or there was
it used to be called a vagina song?
Yeah, they didn't want to put that on the back of the CD.
Adam has his own song, right?
Yeah.
Anderson?
That's what they were telling us.
Oh, yeah, my vagina song, yeah. Hey, we have any of that, Anderson?
Who knows what goes on in the old vagina, the old vagina, the old vagina.
I know what goes on in the old vagina. That's why the kids ask me. Everyone.
Ours is pale compared to that. Don't play ours.
All right, so we're going to hear that off of...
what's the song actually called now?
Yeah, what is it?
3.14 it's called.
What does that stand for?
Pi. Yeah.
Come on, smarten up, Drew. You're a college man. Hooray for Boobies is the name of the CD. Bloodhound Gang's the name of the band, and this is 3.14.
But she just wasn't that bright. My mistake, she was more flaky than a leper colony. I think I wouldn't, husband would have been much better company. Ass like a donkey, acting funky, gave her L, now she's a flunky. So my love for her died quicker than a batch of sea monkeys. Early bird gets the worm, spread the word. So what if I'm not the smartest peanut in the turd? I'm white, which goes with everything, but I can come in any color. And I'm looking for the kind of girl that reminds me of my mother. But it's hard to find a girl with a viper tattooed on her coochie. And how many girls do you know that can play the harmonica with their p***s? Like I'm easy and hot. I want my next chick anorexic. The winner is the thinner. Won't have to take her skinny ass out to a fancy dinner like Sizzler. She gotta be full to the fat. If I forget to put the seat up, I can put up with her crap. Let her lash out and crack the whip, but not in bed. I don't play rough. No, I can't be tied down with a girl that wants me tied up. Just independent like no effects, smart like Janine Garofalo. She used big words to make fun of me so that I would never know. Bestow upon me all her wisdom of the Dewey Decimal System. Gee, you know what I really want in a girl? Me. I need to find a new vagina. Any kind of new vagina. It's hard to rhyme a word like vagina. Kevin Klein, kind of South Carolina.
Who knows what goes on in the old vagina, the old vagina.
Let's have some more fun.
Okay, let's do it. Call Loveline 1-800-LOVE-191.
Loveline will be right back.
Well, here's how it's sampled.
This is a story about American heroes. They changed quite a few lives last year. Jorge Vasquez put out fires, but no, he's not a firefighter. Philip Dale discovered several new stars. Oh, he's not an astronomer. And Elaine Capobianco, she saved a child from drowning, but she's not a lifeguard. They're teachers, but to the kids they've reached, they're heroes.
I'm a teacher. The children are the heroes.
We're not just teaching subject matter, we're teaching human beings.
I am tough as nails, but they know that I love them.
I mean, we've got a legacy that follows behind us forever.
Teachers have the power to make an impact on our future. California will need about 250,000 more of them in the next 10 years. Reach for that power. Teach. Call 1-888-CAL-TEACH now. A public service message brought to you by CalTeach, the Ad Council, and this station.
Okay, so I'm a teenager, right? And everyone's so quick to judge me. On the outside, I may look like... But on the inside, I'm all... Just because I look like... doesn't mean I act that way. In fact, I'm actually involved in crime prevention. That sounds more like this. It's really a great way to convince adults that while you may be looking, you're really thinking.
Call 1-800-722-TEENS to find out how to make your community a safer place for everyone. Get involved, get the number, and call 1-800-722-TEENS. A public service message from the Crime Prevention Coalition of America, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the Ad Council.
Evening, folks. I'm Vince.
And I'm Larry. We're the crash test dummies.
We'd like to entertain you with a little song. Only one thing.
We can't sing, but we're here with someone who can, with a song for the little ones. Ray?
Mr. Charles?
On the big highway of life, there's only one safe place for kids.
Backseat, baby.
The front seat's not the place to drop out.
Baby.
Put that booties in the backseat.
Backseat, baby.
Airbags and kids should never meet. I'm here to remind you to put them behind you.
Raymundo, do you mind if we try?
Oh, really here.
Backseat, baby, better buckled in the back.
Backseat, baby.
Baby faces stay intact.
Larry,
wow.
yo! much as our day job.
Backseat, baby. To stay alive even when I try.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your kids in the back seat. A message from the Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Dear Jim, I just wanted to tell you the things I love so much about you. Like your pasty white belly and how it fits in those tight shirts that my friends think you shouldn't be wearing. I love how you do that thing where you mash 4 slices of bread into a massive ball of dough and stuff it in your mouth. That's so adorable. And what about when you tell those same jokes from reruns that you've seen over and over again? They make me laugh every single time. Other guys play sports or go running or do something outside, but not you. You're different.
Guys, rest assured you will never in your life meet a girl like this.
P.S. I can't wait until we cuddle in front of pro wrestling all day this Saturday. I hear it's a steel cage Texas death match.
Get some exercise. Get up. Get out. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council and the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports.
It's the Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. Dr. Drew. The Bloodhound Gang is in here. And it's been too long. We're glad they're back. And when you guys come back, coming through with your tour, whenever that is, a couple of months, you got to stop by. We'll give a little,
if you'll have us.
That'd be cool.
Oh, we absolutely will. All right.
Shall we give a thanks to somebody who faxed us a report from the Cato.org organization about the secondhand smoke charade? Adam went on a diatribe when he got this fax.
Well, yes, I did. That's true. But listen, I don't want to get back into it again, but just if everyone closes their eyes and pictures anyone they know, any celebrity, any family member that's ever died of secondhand smoke, and our collective answer is no one, then how big an epidemic is it? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. It's like they're trying to tell you about something that's killing in epidemic proportions, and no one knows anyone has died of this. Well, what's the epidemic? Or forget about secondhand smoke. Just insert whatever into that secondhand smoke category. No one knows anyone has ever died of this. I got a doctor here who's never seen anybody with this problem. So what's the problem? All right, we should still spend billions on it. Retarded government idiots.
Michael, 17. Michael?
Hey, Dr. Drew, how are you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Hey, excuse me. I'm a cross-dresser, and I'm seeing a psychiatrist right now. He's like a therapist, and I was wondering where I would go about getting hormones for female breasts.
Well, you want to be a transsexual.
Yes.
So you're not a cross-dresser.
Well, yeah. I mean, I am right now, but I want to go through with the operation and everything.
I see.
Just smoke some pot.
Why haven't you talked to the people
You got a tour at the Bloodhound Gang. Everyone in the band gets breasts.
Talk to the people that do the procedure.
Okay, like who would I talk to? Because I don't live in Washington. I live in Boise.
I'm sure there's a clinic on every corner in Idaho that does, genital removal.
Denver.
Isn't there? Isn't Idaho a pretty liberal state?
Denver genital removal.
Hey, Michael.
Yes.
Who did what to you and for how long?
Nobody.
Oh, come on.
Come on, Michael.
No, seriously, I'm a pretty normal person.
What happened, though? Somebody must have tweaked you just a little bit.
No, it was just when I was growing up, I felt more like a girl than I did a guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, it's a good thing you didn't feel like a goat or something. That'd be a tough operation. Yeah.
Getting the horns in.
Hormones you'd have to take at that point. Hey, you sure? Listen, you're 17 years old. No one is going to do this operation.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Not at 17.
At least wait till you're 25 or something.
All right.
Don't you have to live as a woman for a long time anyway?
Yes, and they will give hormones, and they will talk about other procedures.
You got to wear a skirt for a year.
That's
and then
way
make sure
down
you're
the line.
totally sane, and then they cut your junk off. It makes a ton of sense. I don't even believe Michael.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right. See,
right.
Michael, here's why we don't believe you.
All right.
You don't know the right history.
Here's why I know you're BSing. It's 17 to be talking about getting a little gender transplant. You'd have to be effed up beyond belief.
Okay, but then I have another problem too.
And you're trying to give us that chick voice too. Yeah. I'd need to hear I'd need to hear some serious abuse,
ritualistic abuse,
and I ain't hearing any of it. So if you're telling me your parents are together and everybody's hunky dory and you live in Idaho,
my parents were divorced. I mean,
all right, that still don't count. I need to hear like tied up in the basement and beaten by a clown kind of thing. You have any of that?
No, sir.
All right.
Forget it.
Well, we don't believe you then.
Yeah, my parents are divorced, and I'm happy with being a man.
Yeah.
So.
Well, but there is the breast thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe that's where
yes,
it comes
there
from.
is
something to address. I'm just saying, stay open to it. That's all. Jessica.
Hi.
You're 18.
I certainly am.
Yeah. What's up?
Well, I'm dating a guy right now, and we started discussing, like sexual stuff, and he had mentioned that he used to date a dominatrix. And he started describing all the things that he wanted me to do to him and just really talking her up, and he's really into being dominated. And I feel really pensive about the whole thing. I don't know what I'm going to do. I've never done anything like this before. I don't know if it's my thing, but he seems to be really into it, and I have no idea whether I'm going to live up to it.
How old is he?
He's 19.
First off, there's a misunderstanding. He dated a guy named Dominic.
Who turned tricks.
That was the problem, yeah. Dominic turned tricks. As he said it real fast, he was probably eating.
Tricks.
Dominic tricks.
And he hated the tricks. Dominic hated tricks.
All right. Jesus Christ, Drew. So smart, yet so stupid. And you don't know if you can live up to that.
Yeah, I've never done anything.
It's kind of rough and unfair when partners raise that sexual bar beyond belief before they even experience it,
Well, what's up that she's chosen this guy? What is up with that?
I didn't know about it first.
Your subconscious knew about it.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and none of our listeners ever want to admit to this, but you really have to think about it. These little issues don't exist in a vacuum. Right. I mean, whether the guy's a pedophile or he likes a dominatrix or whatever weird ass he's into, the rest of his personality should sort of give you little your spidey sense should tingle when you hang around with these people. And we want to know what happened to your spidey sense. Now at 18, you don't have a fully developed spidey sense, and maybe this guy's kind of a mild case and all that kind of stuff.
No eating disorder for Jessica?
Huh?
Eating disorder?
No, not at all. Actually, I was wondering, is that a normal thing? Is that something that I should worry about, or is it something that's because of abuse, or
we're just
is it just kind of kinky? Like, I mean, is this a natural thing that most people feel but don't want to express?
No, it's not. It's not a routine thing for somebody to be really into.
Yeah, he's pretty into it. He's pretty bad.
And so that's why we were wondering why you would choose this guy. What is it about you that went for this guy?
And if he's telling you he's this much into it at the beginning, he's really into it. Because usually you try to sort of
be normal.
Go a little mellow. It's like me with the ladies. I don't tell them about how much I fart.
Right.
At the beginning.
Then you pull a Dutch oven.
I don't want to scare them. Right.
Right.
Sure.
But Jessica, what is up? What is up?
I have no idea. I didn't know this guy very well when I started dating him, and he really seems like a well-rounded guy. He's well-traveled. He knows a lot of different people. He's well-connected. And
here's what I just, again, we get 1 minute with people. We try to figure them all out in 1 minute. But Jessica, you seem so perfectionistic. That's why I asked about an eating disorder. And when you see something perfect, you go for perfect rather than really intuiting who the person is and what's going on with them. Yeah. You're sort of disconnected from all that. So somebody puts up a good false front, you go for it.
Your mom stuff you in the ballet class when you were young?
No, I think I had a pretty well balanced.
Well, you seem pretty perfectionistic. And
all right.
Yeah, I guess I am a little bit.
All right. Well, this guy, it wasn't perfect. It isn't perfect.
Well, see, that's the thing.
All right. Well, listen.
You thought he was, except that he's not.
Give the guy an opportunity. Yeah. Have sex with him. Tell him, listen, I'm not really that much into that. I'll give you a little slap on the ass, but I'm not pulling the executioner's hood out. And see if he goes along with it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. And then you move on.
Here we go. We're moving on to.
Back once again with it.
Loveline. Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. We'll be right back before you know it.
Remember what college cost in the early 80s?
Tuition?
Yeah, books, typewriter, room and board.
Well, yeah, a bundle.
Was it worth it?
Well, of course. Every penny.
And get this, now it's over twice what you paid.
Well, yeah, but I don't have to worry about my kids' college bills for another 15 years.
Well, if costs keep hiking up and up, you'll be shelling out more in just 1 year for each of your children than you spent on yourself for all 4 years of college.
Ouch! So what do I do?
You better start saving today with U.S. savings bonds. They're easy to buy and afford and are guaranteed safe.
Yeah?
And savings bonds earn a treasury-based rate of interest right from the start.
Wow. Where do I find them?
At most banks. Or ask your employer about the payroll savings plan. But whatever you do, start saving now or you'll be...
Rooting for a scholarship?
Exactly.
Mommy, can I have a drink of water?
Remember the last time you changed your motor oil? You let it flow down a storm drain. It found its way into our waters. So did that paint you tossed in the garbage, as well as those fertilizers you might have used a few too many of. If you think your actions have no effect on our waters, think again.
Thank you, Mommy.
You can help preserve our waters, not only for your sake, but for hers. Recycle used motor oil, dispose of paint and household toxins properly, practice composting, and use lawn and garden products sensibly. It's a small price to pay to preserve our greatest natural resource, and the reasons for doing so can be just as small.
Good night, Mommy.
Clean water. If we all do a little, we can do a lot. To find out how to help reclaim our waters, call 1-800-504-8484. That's 1-800-504-8484. Brought to you by the Natural Resources Defense Council, the Ad Council, and the EPA.
Oh, come on, have a drink.
No thanks.
Just one little drink.
I don't want to.
Chicken, everyone else is.
I said no.
What a nerd. One little drink won't kill you.
You've heard it all before. Be cool, join the crowd, have a drink even though you're not 21.
Let's go. She's no fun.
Make the right choice. Don't give in. Underage drinking is dumb and dangerous.
Look out!
A public service message from the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
And now, Vince and Larry, the crash test dummies, with a lullaby.
Crumple, crumple, little car. When you crash, it's au revoir.
If on dumb luck you rely, through the windshield they will fly.
Keep your children off the streets. Put your kids in safety seats.
Crumple, crumple, little car. Don't be dummies like we are. Gee, Vince, I'm kind of sleepy now.
Okay, Larry, just crash anywhere.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your kids' safety belts. A message from the Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
McGruff here at the airport with some tips that can help make your traveling safer. Pardon me, sir.
Hey, aren't you,
McGruff, the crime dog.
Yeah, I thought I recognized the pause.
Where do you keep your wallet?
My hip pocket.
Well, look over there at that man at the ticket counter.
So?
The guy behind him in line just bumped him.
Yeah?
And he could have picked his pocket while the man was talking to the ticket agent. Just like someone could have picked yours while you were looking over there.
Oh, gosh.
Put your wallet in your front pants pocket or your briefcase.
Yeah, really, sure.
Another thing, hold on to that laptop computer all the time. Don't put it down. It's too easy for someone to pick it up when you turn your head.
Oh, hey, you're just full of good advice. Thanks, McGruff.
You're welcome. Just remember, keep your wallet in a safe place. Never leave your bags or valuables unattended, even for a minute. Do that and you'll be helping take a bite out of crime. You got it. A public service message from me, McGruff, the U.S. Department of Justice, the Crime Prevention Coalition, and the Ad Council.
Dad, can me and Olivia and you take me to the zoo?
Kids need dads when they're babies.
Daddy, can I tell you a secret? I think there's a monster under my bed.
When they're little, when they're teens, when they're young adults.
Dad, all my friends stay out till midnight.
But sadly, most kids don't have a dad to rely on.
Dad, I met the most amazing person the other day, and I was just wondering, how did you know that Mom was the one?
Because most dads spend less than 10 minutes a day with their kids.
Dad, should I invest in a CD or a mutual fund? And what do you think?
Being a dad is real simple. All it takes is time, and it takes a man to be a dad. Call 1-800-790-DADS for free, helpful information. A message from the National Fatherhood Initiative and the Ad Council.
Well, that is it. Another fabulous week finished. I want to thank the Bloodhound Gang for coming in here tonight. Hooray for Boobies is the name of the CD. I want everyone within the sound of my voice to go out and get it because, as I've said on a few bands, on a few occasions, these guys are friends of the show, and we always support our friends on this show. So,
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Adam.
Again, hooray for Boobies. Go out and get it. Jimmy and Lupus, thank you very much for,
Thank you for
coming
having
in.
us.
It's been too long, and I hope we do it again soon. I want to thank Danielle for doing a great job on the phones and the coffee and the screening and everything else all week. I want to thank Doors for doing a good job. I want to thank Engineer Anderson for doing a great job sliding the potentiometers and all the other junk that I'm too stoned to figure out back there. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
Who knows what goes on in the old vagina, the old vagina, the old vagina.
Well, now.
This has been Loveline. The stuff expressed on Loveline is not necessarily the stuff of the staff, management, sponsors, or anyone else, including Westwood One Entertainment. Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingold. Now, please enjoy these birds.
Well, now.